What's up, bookish babes? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kiana Lachey, and I gladly appreciate if you take 1 second and go down below and hit that subscribe button and that bell right next to it to be notified of all my future videos. So, in today's video, we'll be going over all the books I read in the month of October. I believe I read a total of 13, 13 books, but we're going to go over to Goodreads to double check that. 1, 2, yes, I read a total of 13 books. I want to say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 were on my Kindle. So we're going to start with the first book I read this month, which was a Kindle read. As always, if it's not physically shown in my hands, it's on the screen. The first book I read is Pick Up Your Feelings by Kimberly Brown. Like I told you guys, I wanted to read that book when I seen I think like a TikTok about it, like a description on TikTok about it, where this girl, her name is Blue, she ends up dating this man and he ends up going to jail, where she ends up finding out that he's married with 3, I think like 2 or 3 kids by this other lady. And instead of the wife being mad at her husband, she was most triggered and taking her anger out on Blue. And it was crazy, y'all. Like, he felt like just because you don't want me and you find out I got a wife and kids, that don't mean we're not gonna be together. And he was doing some wild stuff in this book, like crazy stuff. I gave the book a 4 stars. I really enjoyed it, y'all. If y'all haven't read it, read it. It's on Kindle Unlimited. It's called Pick Up Your Feelings. The picture is right here on the screen. Now, after I read that, I decided I think I was watching Larry Reed's TBR video where she was like, her mom had put lights out. Let me get it. Lights out on her TBR. And I seen it in Walmart. And I was like, I don't know what that book about. But when I seen her say something about her mom read, I was like, let me just grab it and see. Now, it's a dark romance. It's about this girl who is a trauma nurse. Her name is Ellie, and she has this mass fetish. And her and her boyfriend ends up breaking up because I guess he was very vanilla-ish in bed. And she had this this little kink towards men in masks. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I gave it a 4 star. It was really good. I feel like it's like very tamed for a dark romance, like, because if you read Hunting and Hunting Adeline, that's what it gives. Hunting and Hunting Adeline plus the romantic, like the comedy of Butcher and Blackbird. So that's what it gives, a mix of those two, but a very, 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 very tame and tampered down version. Because listen, Hunter Airline ain't nothing on that book. Like, that man, when that book was crazy. So I read this one, gave it a 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. After reading that, I finally read this bad boy right here, y'all. I've been putting this book off so much. Like, every time I pick it up, I'm like, because it was just so hyped, this series. And I'm not going to say this book, but the series was so hyped to the point where I was like, I'm kind of scared to read it. I'm very scared to read this book. So I kind of put it off and put it off and put it off until I decided, like, let me work my way through my physical TBR. And I picked this one up. I gave it a 3 stars. I wanted to start the other one. Well, I did kind of start it, but then I kind of was like, yeah, we're going to wait because I want to film a video, because last month I barely posted anything. So gave it a 3 stars. I enjoyed it. A lot of people have so much to say about it, so I don't know. Then I read I think it's Eternally Tethered series by Christina C. Jones. All 3 books are on the screen. Coveted, Hunted, and Restored. Basically about vampires, I believe. I don't even remember what these books was about, but I know I gave it like a 3 star. I gave each book in the series a 3 star. Or did I give the last one? Yeah, I gave all of them a 3 star. I can't even tell you what it's about. I think it was about vampires. I feel like I read this book so long ago. Like, they very short series, very fast to read. I think it's like 200. I think it's like no 109 pages in one book. I think all of them like 109 pages if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, all of them like 109 pages. So they were fairly easy to get through. Now they were attention grabbing, like they kept my attention, and I enjoyed the book for the most part, but I just cannot for the life of me remember what these books about. I feel like it was about vampires, but I'm not sure. Okay, so after I read that series of those three books, like I said, it was Coveted, Hunted, and Restored. Gave all three books 3 stars. They're all on the screen. I read If Only for the Summer. What did I give this book? I gave this book a 4 stars. It's about this girl, Nova, who needed a break from she's a teacher and she needed a break from school. Well, a lot that she had going on. She ends up going out of town to stay at her best friend's house in Miami and enjoy the summer because, as y'all know, teachers get summers off. So she went out of town to enjoy the summer with her best friend after her best friend invited because her best friend is rich and she named this rich basketball player, I believe. And she ends up meeting Guy, well, Gus. I think his name is Gus. I think his name was August. Is it Gus? Guy. His name is Guy. She ends up meeting him and they end up having to stay in the loft together. It was good, y'all. I I just don't know what else to say about it. It was good. I enjoyed it. Like I said, it was good. I gave it a 4 stars. After I finished reading that, we read Daydream by Hannah Grace. This is the third book in the Maple Hill series. I think it's Icebreaker, Wildfire, then Daydream. This is Henry books. Henry is kind of the one that like the quiet, stuck in your head, I want to be by myself best friend who has like anxiety and ADHD, if you may say. Like I think he's like undiagnosed with ADHD, and he ends up needing a tutor for his class. One of his classes that he was failing. He's a hockey player, so his coach was like he had to pull that grade up. If not, he could not be the coach. What is it? The captain. He couldn't be the captain anymore, and he meets Hallie, and Hallie and him hit it off, y'all. It's really good. I enjoyed it. I think I gave it like a 4 stars, 3.75, 4 stars. I think my favorite book out of this series has to be Icebreaker. Yeah, I gave it 4 stars, so I really enjoyed this one. Or is it Wildfire? Comment down below and let me know what's your favorite series or your favorite book out of the Maple Hill series. I think mine's Wildfire. I don't know. I'm going to sit back and think about it. Then I finally read Zodiac Academy. Y'all, I was influenced to start this series by Larry because the way she was ranting and raving about this series to the point where I was just like, yeah, I need to go ahead and dive into it and see what's going on. I read this one. It's about these twin sisters who finds out that they're magical, powerful I don't know what you would call them. Like, they just Geminis, I guess. They these magical, powerful princesses. And it's such a bully romance, y'all. I was cringing the whole time because I was like, ain't no way. It's no way on earth that these kids are getting away with treating these girls how they was treating them. Like, I was honestly disgusted because when I tell you the way that they was bullying these sisters in this book, the things they were doing to them, how they was embarrassing them, I was quite frankly disgusted. And I don't even know how I really got through this book because I was just like, what? It just made me cringe so bad because it's no way that as adults y'all sitting around just because these kids got magical powers and they doing this little I'm better than you, I'm me and my family like high ranking or whatever it is that they are, that they allow these children to treat these girls the way they did. Like dad tried to kill them. Like, it's crazy work. But I did enjoy it for the most part. I gave it a 3 stars because I just couldn't get with the bullying. I couldn't get with whatever they was doing to them. I just can't get with it. Like, I was just like, as adults in this book, y'all had to do better. Had to do better. And then I believe after reading that and giving it the 3 stars, I read Ready or Not, which is like an accidental pregnancy book with Eva and I think what is his name? Is it Willa? Eva. I think her name is Eva. I don't know his name. I think it's, I don't know. Let me not lie. But she ends up having a one night stand with this bartender when she went out with her friends, and is that a spoiler? I don't even know if that's a spoiler, but it's very much. It's not. It's basically not. It don't end the way you think it ends because it's a whole another guy involved in this book, and it's a total. It don't end the way you think it's gonna end because I thought it was gonna be just like I don't know Lamb where they get pregnant and they start that. It's just it's totally left field. I gave this book a 4 stars. I don't want to say too much because I don't know what the back say because I don't read the blurbs on the back of it, so I don't know if they told what happened. So he was a hot bartender with money. She got pregnant by him. He has a dog, as you can see. Wait, can you see the dog? No, the dog is not in the cover, but he does have a dog. So that's that on that. All right, after I finished reading Ready or Not, I end up reading Phantasma. Y'all, I really enjoyed this book. Like, really, like, close to 5 star type enjoyed this book. Like, it's phantoms, ghouls, and ghosts. It's basically about these sisters who, one of them is a necromancer, and her mom ends up passing away, and she ends up taking her mom power. Now, her and her sister ends up finding out that their house or manor is going up for foreclosure because their mom didn't pay off the money I don't know, the debt that she acquired on the property taxes. I don't know. I don't own a house. I don't know the terminology for it. But I don't own a house yet, so let's say that. But yeah. So she ends up taking on this, and her sister ends up getting into an argument, and her sister ends up running off, and she starts to look for her sister, going through her journals and everything, and she realized that her sister had this crazy interest into Phantasma. So she ends up entering Phantasma just to look for her sister, and it was a lot. Now, this book does have spice, because I know a lot of people ask about the spice levels in books. This one does have spice. I gave this book a 4.75. So good, like, y'all. It was so good. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, other than it was so good. Like, I enjoyed everything about this book. It was so close to a 5 star. Like, great, amazing, spectacular. Give me 10. Then I read the Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. Now, this book reminds me so much of Gilmore Girls without the daughter. But if you say the daughter was the friend, then one of the friends, it just reminds me of Lorelai, Luke, but kind of reversed. Lorelai is living over a cafe, and Luke is, well, that's not their names. I think it's Jenny and Logan. Jenny is living over the cafe that her auntie left her, and Logan lives on this farm where he brings kind of like pumpkins and stuff like that to the coffee shop for Lucy to use. Not Lucy, Jenny to use to decorate with, y'all. I gave this book, I think it's at 3 stars. It was a bit spicy, just a little bit spicy. They met. She thought he was breaking into her coffee shop apartment, and it went from there. That's all I can say. I gave it a 3 stars. Then I read Tempted by Danger, y'all. I read this book strictly off the recommendation of TikTokers, like booktokers. Like, y'all, the way they was ranting and raving about this book had me ready to dive into it and read it and see what was going on. So as soon as I finished reading this one, I started that one, and I enjoyed the crap. Like, y'all, I've been looking for some brothers that remind me of the McLean brothers, the Danger brothers. They own this company, and their dad got caught up in this. He got caught up in a scandal with some females at this exclusive club, and he stepped down and ends up giving the company over to his son. Now, what was the brother? Diamond. His name was Diamond. Diamond Danger. He ends up giving the company over to Diamond. Diamond is like, I guess he kind of feel like he's like the black sheep of the family. It's Diamond. Never mind. Declan. Dimitri, that's sister. Donovan. Is it Donovan? One of them he ain't like. I think he ain't like Declan, but he was close to his other siblings, but he just couldn't get jiggy with Declan. But y'all, I gave that book 4 stars. If you haven't read the Tempted by Danger, I think Captivated by Danger, and what is it? Intrigued by Danger, y'all, read those books. I didn't read the other 2 yet. I've downloaded on my Kindle. It's on Kindle Unlimited. I enjoyed the crap out of it. Please read it. They're so good. If you like the McLean brothers, you're going to like the Danger brothers. And that's it. And those are all the 13 books I read in the month of October. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video because I feel like I was stumbling over my words a lot. I haven't filmed in a while, so I kind of got to get back into the groove of things. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And let me go help my daughter with her project. I'll see you guys on my next video.
I'm calling bullshit. Say you got it, but you ain't got nothing. Bad bitches don't